Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Sweeney Off-Road. I made this YouTube to start documenting what I've been doing to my Jeep and at the same time sort of save everything, sort of the evolutions of my Jeep for posterity, because I like to look back on pictures that I have, but I never really recorded anything. So that's the purpose of this YouTube channel. A little bit of information about this Jeep. This is my 1993 Jeep Wrangler. It's a YJ. And I got it right when I graduated high school. It was my little graduation gift to myself. I was 18, and I absolutely hated this thing because I was constantly working on it. And it was one of the most stressful times in my life because I was trying to get through college at the same time. So I'd have class at 8 in the morning the next morning, and I'd be broken down on the side of the road because I had a bad battery. And it's just constantly things like that, probably at least a monthly basis. Around 3, maybe 4 years later, I got a daily driver, and this was my project vehicle. And I started, I started missing working on this thing. And it's way more enjoyable to work on this whenever you don't have somewhere to. It doesn't need to take you somewhere the next morning. So you can tell when I got it, it was pretty much bone stock, rough shape, and you can tell it's not that way anymore. It's still in rough shape, but it's not bone stock anymore. So I just kind of want to show you guys some of the modifications I've done, maybe inspire some of you to get out on your Jeeps. And yeah, let's jump in. So as I said, guys, this is my first YouTube video ever. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm not really sure how I want to begin this. Let's start with, we'll just work our way front to rear. This is a homemade bumper that I made. It was my first ever welding / fabrication project. So I kind of took inspiration from the Metal Cloak stubby one, but at the same time I threw in my own design. The whole idea behind this bumper was to build it around that winch back there, which is the Warren 8247. I think I got those numbers right. Maybe not though. This is a 1970s winch that was in terrible shape when I got it. Didn't work. I completely rebuilt it myself, and this is what I'm talking about, guys. I wish I'd started making videos way before, because there's so many cool projects that I wish I had to show you guys, as well as to have for myself. But you can tell this was a first project for somebody, because it's in a little rough shape. That bumper there, definitely rough around the edges, but gets the job done. Pretty stout. I think I used 1/4 inch as well as 3/16 for the less structural stuff. And then took some inspiration from Dirt Lifestyle and dimple dyed the front there. I went ahead and used synthetic rope. This is a 8,000 pound pull winch, but I think it's capable of quite a bit more than that. I went ahead and used the Albright contactor, and yeah, it's a good winch. Moving on. This is the Dana 44 up front. It's from a 1978 or 79 Ford Bronco, and it's got a Eaton E-locker in it. It's geared at 488s, and I'm just running 35s on it for now. I do plan to go up, and I got the high steer going, and I'm sprung over. These are the Rubicon Express spring over axle leaves. I like them. I mean, they're good for leaf sprung. And I'm running Bilstein 1500 shocks. What else? I got the Warren selectable lockers, and I think that's all for the front axle. Nothing else too special about it. These are the Metal Cloak arch fenders. I like them a lot. They give you a lot of clearance if you didn't want to run a lift. It opens up your up travel a ton. And these are homemade rock sliders. Actually, this was my first welding project. I did these before I did the bumper up front. So it's super duper basic. Just some tube and some more tube supporting it. And I just bolted it into the body. And these are cheap little EAG off of Amazon rear fender flares. And we'll work our way down To the back, this is a Dana 60 that's been trimmed. Also, the front has been trimmed. I think I'm running about 60 inches wheel mount surface to wheel mount surface. And this has the ARB air locker in it. And obviously same springs and everything. Ooh, you can see right there, hello guy, right there, and right there. Anybody know what those are? Pretty silly modification that I did, but also at the same time, absolutely one of my favorite mods. See if I can get you in here. This is a Tesla e-brake. It is amazing. Maybe I'll make a video one of these days showing you guys how I did that. Absolutely locks up that rear axle. If I'm on a 70-degree incline, I can throw that. Or if I'm locking on, or if I'm flexing on something stupid, I can lock that in and I'm not going anywhere. Way better than the mechanical brake. So at the back, this rear tire carrier is a what was it? It's an Amazon unit. I don't think they make it anymore. Tough stuff. I think the max is 35-inch tire you can carry. So that's going to be going soon. And Rampage, soft top. Let's see, half doors. Those are actually tube doors with the shells on them. I guess we can get into the engine now. Let's do it. This is a 2001 LQ4 out of a Denali that I installed myself this last June of 2022, and never done any sort of engine swap before. First thing I've ever done anything like that, so pretty proud of myself. It runs really well. I got the Optima yellow top battery. I got these cool little guys on Amazon. My battery terminals were looking ridiculous. They still look ridiculous, but less ridiculous than they looked before. I'm running this cheap S-Pod on Amazon. This is my stock fuse box that I put some constant fuse, or it's the PDC that I had with my 4.0. I've adapted it to use for the 6.0. And this is a constant fuse box that I have on top. And then this is a fuse breaker that I have for the S-Pod. And got this radiator. This radiator I actually used with my 4.0. It's made for the 4.0. But it works great to keep this 6.0 nice and cool. It's a 4-core aluminum. It's a cheap one off of Amazon. And then there in front, you can see the cooler right there. That's a trans cooler. Another cheap one off of Amazon. I use it to keep the 4L60E cool. This ridiculous looking thing is my horn system. I can explain that, I guess. I'm what I do full time is I'm a band director. So this is an actual functional trumpet, and I made this quick disconnect so I can just pull it off and play it anytime I want. All these horns are a mishmash of horns that I've got on, from Harbor Freight or Amazon, and then I made my own horn system basically, and I'm running it off of this tiny little, I think it's like a half-gallon air tank, and this is a diaphragm that I used from one of these horns over here, and I adapted it to take a trumpet mouthpiece. So it's really geeky. You guys probably don't care very much about that. If you do, reach out to me. Let's geek together. Is there anything else? Oh yeah. This little guy is a York 210. It's basically a semi-truck AC compressor that I've converted to run my onboard air. I use it for my air lockers, and I use it for my air horns, and I use it for airing up after wheeling. Let's make our way inside. This is just a cheap Amazon steering wheel that I've put a cheap steering wheel disconnect. That's a tilt column. It's not a YJ column, it's the Cherokee column, but you can just grind off a little flange and stick it in a YJ, and it's an easy way to get tilt as well as intermittent wipers. So pretty cool. Here's the S-Pod that I was telling you about. It's my kill switch to it. I don't want it off of the ignition because sometimes I like having rock lights at night if I'm camping or something. And this is my dash lights. I just keep it on red because all the flickering is annoying, and it's real nice at night while I'm driving. So And this is my winch in, winch out. This is my Tesla e-brake. It doesn't work until you hit the brake pedal down there, and then it sends power from a relay to that up there, so that way I can't just hit it while I'm driving down the turnpike. That's a bad idea. And then this is it's a double D dash, should have said that. This little guy is my phone mount, Holly Pro Dash 6.86, and cheap. You notice I say cheap a lot. That's how I roll. Cheap Amazon unit. It's a double din, but works for what I need it. And then these are Cavalier seats. A lot of you YJ guys already knew that. This is a creative thing that I'm kind of proud of. Cheap Amazon biometric guy. Stick my finger on there. It unlocks, and you see it close back there again. I'll do that again from here. So stick my finger on there. If it'll read it, opens up, and then I'm able to get in. So I don't need a key or anything. Kind of geeky, but I like it. James Wan style. Up here we have, this guy is a digital mirror. It's pretty cool. I use it as a reverse camera. It records as well, so when I'm wheeling I can get some cool footage. And then over here we have the little Holly 3.5-inch dash. I'll turn the key on so we can light all this up. What I like about that cheap double din is it has all the different brands, so I was able to put my Jeep up there, so that's nice. I'm at a church parking lot right now. Hopefully they don't care too much if I do this. This is that horn system. I wired it into this S-Pod. This S-Pod's super cool because you can use momentary. So, like, for example, my light bar, see if I can get both in there. Light bar, I push it on and it stays on, but you can do other functions such as momentary. Super loud. I'm just going to hit it like that so I don't get ran off of this parking lot. Front locker, rear locker, camera right here. Like I said, I already have a camera up here. I didn't need the one that came with that, so what I did with it was on the S-Pod, I wired it into here. So now I got a little wheeling camera. That's my front axle right there. If I come around, I'll show you guys later, but there's a camera up under there. So front axle, I can see that. Check for clearances and stuff while I'm wheeling. And in the back, so I wired in a little dome light just because it's super nice to have a dome light. I have a ridiculously bright flashlight right there. It's like a beam that lights up the night sky. There's my air tank. It's too big for what I use it for, but I'd rather have more air than less air. These back seats are out of the middle row of a Ford Explorer, I think, or a Ford Expedition, whatever the big one is, or the Mercury Mountaineer. That's what it's called. Right there is my recovery bag. That cargo net back there, I made that myself because cargo nets are really expensive and I had way too much time on my hands. So that's the back. I'm running a 8-inch sub. This is new. I did this when I did the dash, which was like just a couple months ago, or a month ago. And yeah, it bumps pretty good. I'm not looking for anything earth shaking, but it sounds really nice. Even whenever I'm driving 80 down the highway, I still have my tunes. Up at the top, I have a speaker bar with some Fosgates, whatever those are called, Rockford Fosgates. And then I have some guys in there, hard to see. And then I have down there as well. And then over here is my little amp. I welded a little bracket to the seat so I have airflow all around it. And whenever I go in water that's too deep, it's not submerging the amp. So, hey guys, if you made it to the end of the video, I just wanted to thank you for watching all that. And if there was something that was especially interesting to you, if you wanted to leave it in the comments, and if you wanted to learn more about it, just let me know and I wouldn't mind making some more videos. If you did like the video, I'd appreciate it a lot if you went ahead and liked and subscribed. And I'll be coming out with some new videos soon. So stay tuned and thanks for stopping by, guys.